11 of the World of DVC show. In today's episode, we'll be talking about the World of DVCs to give away, and we'll have more story time with Sue.
Hey, Ellie.
Hey!
Hi, it's Michael Bublé in front of Billy Joel. All right. I would like a helicopter to take me to Vero Beach whenever I want.
Oh.
All right.
Daddy, look, a giraffe. I can't believe we can walk through the castle.
It starts with a spark, alive in our hearts, a chance to build your legacy. To go to magical places with smiling faces and value and trust you can see. When it's buying or selling, renting or lending, there's a wonder with the team who will achieve your dream. Enter the world of DVC.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now entering the world of DVC. DVC.
Just wish on a star. Enter the
I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
Because
that's
Jeff-
your signature.
Jeff was like, I know what's going to happen. Because we were all talking like, okay, so who's going to talk first? What are we going to say? And Jeff pipes up and goes, I know what's going to happen. We're going to fade out. We're going to cut to you and you're going to go,
Is it really a question of who's going to talk first?
I know. It's kind of like who grabs the stick first instead of who's going to talk first.
Derek,
but it is
I
usually
think,
you.
that's because I'm in the middle seat.
Here's the challenge. I think we should go back and rewatch the opening
Yes.
of Eep Talks
Just
First.
said to me before we went on the air, you're like, you're talking first, right? Because I'm an actual studio audience.
And it's family day.
Yay!
And they're so special because they are my parents.
Ah!
I know, the two cutest people in the whole wide world. My mother basically made me sign in blood this morning that I would not put her on camera. So, Mom, come on in. No, I'm just joking. No, she'll kill me. She'll kill me. But
Somebody
they
just got grounded.
I know, right? Yeah, but they drove down from Massachusetts. They stopped at my sister's in Delaware, and then they drove all the way here to Florida. You have to say it like they say it, Florida. And so they're here until, what, 2023, 2024? Who knows? They were going to have it here. It's snowing back home. We're never going
You
home.
got a nice new house, too,
I
to
know.
host
We have
them
a nice
in.
new house. They're sitting out back. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's nice to have them here because of COVID, we did Zoom calls all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so we talk just about every other day, if not every day, and so we did a lot of Zoom calls. So it's nice to actually have them here and have dinner and go.
You're like, you know what? Do you guys want to go upstairs for a bit? And we could do a Zoom call again if you want.
I'll stay down here in the kitchen and we'll Zoom call and we'll bring in my sister and her family. Yeah, we should do that. That's a really good idea.
That's so sweet. I'm so glad that they're here. They're so
Yeah,
awesome
they
to meet,
are.
and
They're
the fact
great.
that they've done such a great job with you. So
Oh, thanks, Derek's giving them
She's a
kudos
lot.
on one of the three of us.
I just want to have that go on record that I am not the high maintenance one.
You really aren't.
I'm the least maintenance
I think
one.
it's Derek, then me, then you.
why am I high maintenance?
Oh, it's true.
Just because I had a shirt today, this shirt, and I felt right before we started taping, I was like, is it too billowy? And then at first it was like, no, you're fine. But then Jeff goes, yeah, it's a little billowy. So he comes over, and I think Marissa was taking pictures. He's tucking in this shirt, train. So
It's like the models when they try on like a sample sale, but it's too big because they're so tiny,
Right.
and then they have to like cinch it here and clip it.
It's like say yes to the dress.
Yes, you got the big clips in the back of the dress.
careful, I can't breathe.
So I will say, last episode we went to Hawaii.
Oh, I
the true
know.
spirit of aloha. What's crazy? It's hot
Yeah,
and dreary,
it's muggy and dreary.
It is true Florida weather.
Yeah.
But I think like just that mood. I don't know about you, Derek, but like sales for Alani this last month have been crazy.
Really?
Yes.
It is
So
kinda
I think
funny. It
everyone
is.
was like, you know what? Yes, Scotty.
Yeah.
We are ready to go
He
back.
was right.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We had a lot of people. I just had someone right before we came on air that sent me an email because they got their contract bought back by Disney last night, and she was going to make another offer on a Boulder Ridge contract, but then she emails me. She's like, you know what? Scrap that offer. She's like, I was thinking about that show that you guys did last month about Alani. She's like, I think I want to buy Alani.
Well,
So-
he painted the perfect
Oh
picture.
man, it made
he
me
really
wanna
did.
go.
He painted the perfect picture. He made me want to go, which we'll talk about that in a little bit about me going somewhere. But yeah, he painted the perfect picture. And coming from Alani, coming from Hawaii, I mean, and then working for now where he's selling Alani, that's his home. Yeah, he painted
Yeah.
the perfect picture.
That was great.
Yeah.
That's what makes it
He's
fun.
awesome.
Which is awesome. And we were super excited too because last week, or was it last week?
We
or 2
stayed
weeks
within
ago?
that aloha.
We did.
spirit.
Yeah.
Stayed with that aloha spirit, and
was
we
last Monday.
Yeah.
we mooched a little bit of time
did.
off of our grand prize winners. So we got to head over to the Polynesian.
Yes.
Marissa picked us up in her big SUV limo that she has. And we drove over to the Polynesian. Walking around, we got to go meet Ron
and Jackie.
and some
Yes.
of their family and go see their bungalow. So we posted a few pictures. We'll post some right now as well. As a matter of fact, we actually had Ron tape a really fun message to
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
We
which
asked
will
him
play-
to say one thing.
Yeah.
And he went on.
And this-
it was awesome.
Let's just
Yeah.
play it. So this is
Yeah.
what Ron said.
On behalf of the Shammer family, we would like to thank the World of DVC for providing us this wonderful bungalow. People really do win. Welcome home.
See, wasn't that perfect?
Yeah.
It was perfect.
It
People
was so
really
fun
do
to
win.
meet them. Yeah, people really do.
They
win.
do win.
I promise you.
It was so great to go and just see them in that element. And
Yeah.
it was funny because we sat down at the dining table in the Polynesian
Right.
and just chatted kind of chatted about DVC. And their brother was a member first and would always
Yeah.
tell them all about it. And they were like, yeah, we'll just use your points. And then they finally were like, no, this makes sense.
Right.
And it's totally changed the way that they've done Disney.
Yeah.
And I think so many people ask that, right? Because even for us on the sales side, we'll get people who go back and forth of like economics and U-share and number of points and all of this. Ultimately, yes, that's important when you look to become a member. Research. However, it's not going to be the way you use your membership.
No.
It'll go out the window once you become a member. Like I was telling Derek, we're going to try to do my son's birthday party at a cabin because we've got some extra points. We'll do
fabulous.
that
Yeah.
out. We'll invite everyone there. But would I have said that when I became a member? No, I would have been like, I'm going to use exactly these 40 points
Yes.
for this 4-night stay in slow season.
Right.
And now I'm like, you know what?
Blow it all.
Just do it.
One night.
Have
Go
fun.
big or go home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I think it was cool to see kind of how
Yeah.
they've flipped mentally in terms of like the way they do Disney.
Yeah.
Well, because they were that perfect family too that went all the time, and it was go and we're
Right.
in our hotel rooms. But even the
Right.
night that we were there, when we went to go visit them, it was not the most beautiful night.
No,
You know,
it
and
was raining.
Ron was like, "I'm so sorry for the weather." I'm like you had anything to do with the weather?
sweet.
Like curses, Ron.
We did, right.
But the fact that we were able to, we would not necessarily go visit them in a hotel room and sit around a regular hotel room with
On
two
beds,
beds,
right, on beds.
and
So
say,
awkward.
"Great,
Hi, good to
congrats."
see you.
But the fact that they have
Yeah.
DVC and the fact that they had this accommodation and
Right.
they were leaving there going to I think a 2-bedroom at the boardwalk
Yes.
or something like. But the fact that you sit around a kitchen table on kind
Right.
of a drizzly night
Yeah.
and you've got your full kitchen
Yeah.
and you've got
Still a view of the castle, and fireworks.
right? And the baby was there, so they had the TV on for the baby, but they were like, we don't have
oh
to.
my
go
God! Now
out.
Baby Shark is stuck
Oh yeah,
in my
Baby
head.
Shark's in all of our head. yeah, you don't
was
have to
hard.
sing it. Yeah, but I mean, like the baby was content and they were content, but it was drizzly. It was a little chilly. It was a little muggy. It was like that Florida winter that's just kind of annoying and makes your hair look really bad. Trust me. But they could still sit on their balcony and watch the fireworks and not have to leave.
Yep.
It was awesome. They were so much fun to visit.
It was great. So congrats. And yes, again, we
Yes.
want to stress, and we know some of you have sent us pictures of like, hey, we want a hat or we want a previous shirt or here's our little lyric sheets, all this. So people really do win.
Oh,
so
but
we
I
promise
have
you.
to say too. Do you remember what Ron's favorite thing was about the bungalow? The
Oh,
outdoor
yes,
shower.
the outdoor
Before
shower.
we left, he was like, "You guys, wait! You can't leave until you see this. Look what I discovered!" And he goes outside and he turns on the outdoor shower. He's like, "This is amazing! You get out of here, shower off, and you go inside." That was his favorite thing.
the little things.
Out of the space, out of the view, out of the
Yeah.
chairs, out of the pool. The outdoor shower, you guys.
Yes.
That's what he loved. Yeah.
With a swimsuit, though. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, exactly.
The bungalows are right next to
They
each
are,
other.
yeah,
so,
yeah.
just
And the
friendly
boats.
tip.
Well, we have a winner this month of our
Yes.
very sought after Figment
gosh, the
popcorn
Figment
bucket. And Derek, you picked them up today.
I did. I picked
So
them
who
out
is our lucky winner?
today. So the lucky winner, let's take a look, is going to be Tommy. So, Tommy, congratulations.
We'll be
Tommy
sending
C.
you out an email to let you know. And
I
that
already
will
emailed
be
him.
You already
Oh,
did?
you did?
I emailed him from the kitchen and I said, Tommy, I just want to let you know we're getting ready to tape the show, and you are the grand prize winner of the Figment
You
popcorn
are
bucket.
a billowy overachiever.
Billowy overachiever. I like it.
Right?
Well, we will get that out in the mail to you and
Congratulations.
hope you enjoy.
You didn't have to wait in line for, what, 9 hours? 8 hours at Epcot?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it got a lot better, but it's still really
Still
pretty.
hard to get.
Still a
The
hard
thing is
to
cool,
get.
Tommy. You're gonna love it.
It is. It's super cute.
How are we sending it to Tommy?
In a box.
Okay.
In Marissa's
I know,
super
like
stretch
you're-
limo.
I know. Probably in a box. It's coming in a box, Tommy. So get ready.
It'll be bubble wrapped
So
nicely. and
with
thick.
that, what were we talking about? Rental store stuff, right?
Oh my gosh, rental store. Well, today's our Dream Planner show. And so we're going to talk all about Dream Planner and the service and what that means. But rental store's gone through, again, a little bit of a facelift. They did a huge sort of redo on the website last year and made it very user-friendly, lots of pixie dust. It's
pretty.
It is pretty. Really just two buckets. You're either a guest or you're a member. And now what they've done is they've taken the member side of things and made it even easier, because we found that there was a lot of clicking. You had to click a lot. Members want to do things easy, right? We want seamless and simple. And so now it's literally 3 easy steps of just click, add in all of your information. It's going to take you to the next page. It's going to prompt you to the next page, and pretty much you're done.
Nice.
And there's also a new calculator. Have you guys heard about the calculator? This is awesome. I was playing with the site a couple days ago, and I noticed this rental store calculator where you can actually calculate in like your income. So you can put in the resort, you can put in how many points, you can put in if you're booking like 0 to 7 months or 7 to 11 months, and then it will give you the actual calculation of what you could make back.
Like your net proceeds.
Your net proceeds.
Nice.
So it's $16 a point you're
Yep.
going to get if you're booking within 7 to 11 months for the premium resorts, and $14.50 if you're booking 0 to 7 months in advance. And so times that by 100 points, 150, 200,
nice.
however you're putting on there,
Yep.
kind of like the Monera calculator.
Right.
I love anything that simplifies it for me. I don't do long division. I don't really like math, but if you give me a calculator, I can just punch it in and bing bam boo, it's done.
Your parents are nodding their heads saying
They're
"She
total
really doesn't
agreement.
like math."
They're like, that's right. We have her report card to show you that math was not her strong suit.
That's our giveaway. Carrie's old report card for math.
No, but our giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Why don't I
Oh, look at
segue
that.
right into
Segue.
that?
Good segue.
Masterful segue.
Our segue into our giveaway will be the way to win the prize this month is
Yeah.
exactly the way
Yep.
to win the prize as every month. So we'll keep it very, very easy for
Right.
you all. Basically, all you need to do is participate.
Yep.
So whether that is giving us a 5-star review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, or giving us a thumbs up, a subscribe, a comment when it comes to YouTube, and then make sure to send us an email, info@worldofdvc.com with your name and contact info. And Carrie, do you want to explain what this month's prize
So
is?
if you have a reservation coming up, whether you're a guest or a member within the next 12 months coming to Walt Disney World, then our Dream Planner will get in touch with you, and she will work with you to plan out a customized gift basket that will be waiting for you in your room. Which is so
awesome
great.
is that?
Right? Because so if you have a birthday celebration or an anniversary celebration, or you're just celebrating just getting out of the winter, you know, we will put together a beautiful customized gift basket waiting for you with some of those great necessities or little surprise and delight moments that you can surprise your family with.
That
And-
makes me excited just
Yeah.
because I think you're so excited when you check into your Disney hotel room to
Right.
begin with.
Yeah.
Then if you've ever had that feeling, I get goosebumps again thinking about it. If you've ever had that feeling, because I have, where you walk into that room and you're
Right.
like, there's a gift basket. And you look
me
through it,
this?
you're like, who
Right.
sent me this? And
Right.
you go through it. That's an awesome gift.
I mean,
It is.
That's great.
even walking into a hotel room, which you don't get that much these days, and having bottles of water, like even
Yes.
that is like,
Some-
hey, I put
water
waiting
in here.
for me.
Yeah.
So I think like a gift
Right.
basket is even
Yeah.
more so.
Customized.
Plus, it's
gift
nice
basket.
because then
That's so cool.
You know, the winner will also have some time with Ellie, with
Yeah.
the Dream Planner. So she will call you via Zoom, and you can set up this whole customized, basket for you, and it's something that you can surprise your family with too.
Yeah.
I love that. Or get the
Cool.
kids involved as well, and say, what are some of the things on your wish list?
Or just don't tell the family and keep the gift
Keep
basket
the gift
for yourself.
basket for yourself, which is exactly what we would do, right? Exactly. We'll have wine and 3
You and I
glasses.
would, because
Yeah.
we're high maintenance. This one, no. She would share it with her family.
She
She's
would.
so
She's
sweet.
kind-hearted, not us. Cold-hearted, selfish, high-maintenance people. Well,
And speaking of things that might be a little high maintenance,
Oh,
which is
yes.
kind of we're like masters of the segues today.
Look at that.
Moonlight Magic is coming up. The very first
Super
Moonlight
excited.
Magic event, I think, in 37 years is
Yeah.
coming back.
the long-standing tradition of
Moonlight Magic.
is
So,
coming back.
for those folks that aren't aware of what Moonlight Magic is, it's an event put on a few times a year through Disney Vacation Club, where they basically keep the parks open a few hours, at night. Thus, the Moonlight part comes in. So this one's going to be at Epcot. It's coming up next Thursday, which is, what's that date? Do you remember the date?
17th.
17th. So
And there's one on the 31st.
right.
Is that
So-
St. Patrick's Day? The 17th? I think the 17th is that
On
St. Patrick's
Thursday?
Day? My Irish mother is shaking her head yes. So yes, that is
so are we
St.
wearing
Patrick's
green?
Day, I guess.
And this is at Epcot, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so this is at
I'll
Epcot.
be driving you, so don't worry.
Meet you at Rose and Crown.
We got a big day. So it's funny, the whole story behind this, because of course we live, breathe, and eat everything Disney. So once the word about Moonlight Magic comes up, and we all have direct points, so again, we reached out and we were like, okay, how do we get in? Because that's the thing about Moonlight Magic,
yeah.
right? Is it's so many things have to fall in the appropriate column for you to be able to go to this event, right? Because there's different booking windows. Are you staying on property? Are you not staying on property?
Right.
Are you a direct member? Are you a resale member? So many things have to happen. And does Moonlight Magic fall during a trip when you happen to be there? Because I talk to folks all the time that are like, oh, they released those dates, but we're not coming till the next month, so it doesn't work for us.
Well, and I think even watching through the general admission,
Yeah.
I think they ended up letting like an additional 500 people in. And in the scheme of things
Did
of
they
like,
really?
I mean, if you were to go on the wait list like that day to see if
Yeah.
you could get in, I think there was over 5,000 people on that wait list. So, I mean, in the scheme of like big picture, I think that's kind of why we go back to like, these are awesome benefits.
They really
right?
are.
Great perks. If you can really work the system or work really hard and pay a lot of attention, you might have a chance to get it. Is it the reason to buy the membership
No.
to spend an additional
No.
30 to 40% more? No.
Right.
But if you have it, these are some of the benefits. So yeah, I
Right.
think a lot of people go, well, I'm doing this because I get in free once a year for Moonlight Magic.
yeah.
Not necessarily because it could go away at any time.
Yeah.
Right,
We
and
saw that
well,
with
it did.
COVID.
Yeah.
And it did.
It did with
And it
COVID,
did.
and it still could. Disney could say, great for 2022, but
Yeah.
now 2023, we're not going to do it.
And just getting in. You should have seen that morning when I'm sure
Oh,
many
yeah.
of you out there are probably still shaking from, if you're coming. Like, don't mention Moonlight Magic. I know. But like, we worked with, of course, our great friend Paul Krieger, who works over at the rental
he's
store,
so
and we
great.
coordinated. So we're like, we got a room at Pop Century, I think. So we got a room at Pop Century, and Paul's on the phone, and multiple phone lines going on trying to get it, and I'm in the queue on this, and this, and we're waiting. It was exhausting, but finally it did work out. So we all are going to be there, right?
Yeah.
You're going, I'm going, you're going. Paul's going to be there.
Yeah.
Talk
You don't
later
want to
about
go
it.
anyway. You don't want to go anyway.
You don't
But
like
yeah,
Disney, right? They don't. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Don't worry.
So it'll be super fun. I've never been before. So
Oh.
I've never been.
I haven't either.
Oh my gosh, it is spectacular. It really cream or popcorn or whatever. My dad's ears are like perking up. He's like, "Yes, I want a ticket." But yeah, like you can use school Disney,
Yeah.
because you don't have the crowds, you don't have
Right.
the wait time. Mickey was standing up at the railroad station in his but he could night. It was like everyone's crying. It's like just like special moments
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so fun.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
I'm looking forward to
Isn't
it.
Yeah.
there like a place in it where it's like meet the deep? What is he talking about? Yeah,
My
that was-
parents will be the only ones there.
The next morning for just 2 nights to get out of here, so that'll be awesome. So I'm very
Nice.
to look for us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And kind of to the point of like the timing, right?
Right.
So I'm sure you've heard the news that Disney Vacation Club directly has opened up another wing of studios at the Grand Floridian, the
Right.
Garden Studios. And so those officially ones that may net it down.
Right.
To much of our surprise, the price came in at $207 per point plus some promotions. So I think it was kind of brought this like craziness to the
Yes.
market. However, I think there was like these questions of like, well, what's going to happen with resale and all of that.
Right.
The good news is the sky is not falling.
No, it's still up there.
Yes. It
a
is
few
still up
people
there.
made some offers of like, I'm going $100 less a point.
Sweet. That's cute. That's cute, but no.
So overall, what has that done with the market? Well, I think what we've seen is obviously sellers are a bit more willing to negotiate. We've got a really good amount of inventory right now when it comes to the DVC resale market. And kind of an adjustment in price is obviously the Grand Floridian, right? So our resale prices, it wouldn't make heaven. So we definitely did an adjustment. And so if you are shopping on the resale market and you go, you know what, I have been thinking like at some point I did want to add on some more points, whether that is Grand Floridian or even some of our other monorail resorts like Bay Lake Tower or Polynesian, there is going to be a little bit more wiggle room. Grand Floridian specifically, we have seen a really nice discount in points.
Yeah.
And so we saw that day Derek did a post and people are still like on chat. Well, Derek said, Derek did a post that said we may have some listings that are going to be as low as $160 per point.
Which
now,
we
I
did.
don't know if that will continue because those went like bam, 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 bam. I think we sold like 15 of them within
In like an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
So that might be a one-time live thing, but we are seeing prices definitely reduced at the Grand Floridian. It's so funny because I had a couple guests call me and say, is this the time that I would buy Grand Floridian resale? And I said, yes, this would be the time. And they're like, is that just a sales pitch? And I was like, well, one of my best friends, guy got on the phone with one of my closest friends and said, listen, if you've ever wanted the Grand Floridian, this is the time to do it. And that happened to be you, Carrie.
That would happen to be me because I looked at it too, and we were chit-chatting during the and the next message I got from Marissa was like, girl, and when she begins with girl, she's serious. She said, girl, if you want Grand Floridian, now's the time. And I said, I do. And it was done. And so there you go. So 100 points.
Welcome home,
Thank
Carrie.
you. I'm so excited. Yes. And
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I know they don't know yet, but they'll know soon. Yeah. But I'm so excited because I mean it's the Grand Floridian. You know,
love the
it's
Grand.
monorail.
You
It's
always have.
right next to the Magic Kingdom.
I mean, look at your...
Yeah, like this is from the Grand Floridian. Like I love it there, and it's special. You know, we love it there as a family too. You know, for the dinners and the lounge now. The Enchanted Rose? Yeah, the Enchanted Rose. It's just fabulous. So it makes sense, but I don't know that we'll even use it for the Grand Floridian per se. I will probably pull more Marissa's, you know, and become in that club of being like, oh, a cabin's available for one night. Here you go. You know, or to go to Alani for 5 days or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm just super excited. And I love
Yay,
that.
you
The Grand
did.
Floridian. Yes.
You're going to get a backpack.
Another one? I just moved. I think I have 4, but I'll
Oh,
take
yeah,
another
okay.
one.
All right.
Yes, the official backpack. Yes, and my sales agent was fantastic, very communicative, very
Oh, you're welcome.
professional. Yes,
It was all me. Derek
so
tried
it
to
was
take
great.
credit.
Yeah. No,
Take
it was
credit.
great. But what, you know, selfishly, what I also love is coming full circle in the company because we mentioned a couple of shows ago that my title has changed. I was a sales and marketing director. Now I do more with sort of development and education with the entire world of DVC. So to see it kind of go from, you know, the sales portion with Marissa and then MVT and the concierge team and Monera Financial and kind of all the different pieces coming together, it'll take some time to close. But when it does, I will have gone full circle with everybody. And then call the rental store. I'm not going to rent out points just yet. But I can at least calculate my net income.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, yeah. 100 points is easy to do.
That's so great.
So yeah, I'm super excited. So more
fun.
details to come, and then maybe we shoot our show from the Grand Floridian.
There we go. we'll
my
be using your
gosh.
points, Carrie. So I think one of the great things with just the company growing and evolving is really the Dream Planner. And while we've kind of touched on it a little bit here and there and mentioned it, we've never had the opportunity to kind of give it its own show.
I know.
So when we had Ellie here in December, we really wanted you to meet Ellie and get to know her.
Yeah.
But the program's actually developed a lot since then. So a lot of people go, well, Dream Planner, what is that? Why would I need that? And I will tell you just personally, right? So with and I like to say I'm like somewhat of a Disney expert. I am nowhere near the experts, right? I don't have the day planned out. I don't have the Excel spreadsheet. I can get on the My Disney Experience app
Right.
and like somewhat kind of function through that. My family.
You just have the grand villa or cabin ready to go.
Here we go.
After
Parks
that-
or no parks, I don't know. But I'm
I
going to
don't
get
know.
you a good room. My family thinks because of all my many years working for Disney, one, they think they get into Disney free for a lifetime. Explaining that to them is very challenging. That like I no longer can get you free tickets.
So
and it's
true.
like, hey, so my friend's sister is going to be there. Can you just like get him in? No. But it's a combination of that and the combination of, well, you'll plan our whole day for us.
Right.
Which was fine like when you had the old FastPass
Yes.
system. But now with Genie Plus and just kind of the headache of you have to wake up at 7 a.m. on the day. Once you get your reservation,
Right.
get your tickets, reservation, wake up at 7 a.m. to book your Genie Plus, to make sure that those times work within whatever dining plans you have
Yep.
for that day. I mean, it is a lot of work. And I will tell you, just from my family saying they're coming to trying to kind of master that for a group, It was
God, I can't even-
overwhelming.
Yeah.
And so I think that is one of the beauties of the Dream Planner. A lot of people go, well, why would I pay extra? I mean, vacations are all about time with your family. And for some people, they love the planning element. So I'm not going to take that away from you.
Right.
But for a lot of us, we are taking this time off work, right? To be present and be with our families. For me, the last thing I want to do is get on my phone, set an alarm, get on my phone.
Right.
Frustrated, right?
And I've
'Cause
heard
those things
people
get
do
me-
that.
Right,
Like,
they get me
they're
frustrated.
like,
Yep.
They
their whole
can
day.
ruin my
Their whole
whole
day.
day. Versus all I want to do is show up to Magic Kingdom and you tell me where I need to
Exactly.
be to get a shorter line. And I don't want to think about the rest. So I
Yeah.
think that is one of the beauties of what the Dream Planner offers, is really taking that burden
Yeah.
of vacation planning off of you.
Yeah, and I think you bring up a good point too about the planners out there, because we did a segment with Lindsay
Yes.
from the rental store a few months ago, or January, I think it was.
Disney with kids.
Disney with kids. And she is the Excel spreadsheet user, and we don't want to take that away from people. So I kind of think of Ellie, our Dream Vacation Planner, as like your best friend.
Yes.
You still have your Excel spreadsheet, but she's kind of like the one you're going to bounce ideas off of. She's going to be an extra person to try to get the reservation for you.
Yeah.
But, you know, my parents are here visiting, and they've been coming to Disney for 30 years or so. And same, Marissa, like, and same for you too, right?
Mm-hmm.
When somebody in your family works for Disney, you just have it all planned. And they're so great because they know when we're going to dinner, when we're going to breakfast,
Right.
what attractions we're going on, what park bench they're going to sit on. Like, they trust me explicitly, right? They really do. They do if I say to them,
What is the best park bench?
yes,
is what I-
right. They'll sit where I tell them to sit. Or if I say to them, I don't want to go there, like, you wouldn't like that. They're like, oh, okay, yes, well, then that's not the right place to go.
Right.
But now with my Disney experience, and the other day, and I think I have two very smart parents, so I'm not throwing you under the bus, sort of. But technology, not the greatest, right? No offense. Yeah, it kind of, my dad just gave it two thumbs down, pretty much. But I wanted them to go have breakfast and be able to go to a resort. I was working. And then it clicked in my head at around 8 o'clock in the morning. They can't do anything without my Disney experience. So I quick ran to him and I said, give me your phone. I'm going to set you up. And I did it in maybe 5 minutes. And that is a feat for myself because I'm not real tech savvy either. And he said, Carrie, I would still be on opening my phone. Like, how did you do this so quickly? But I was able to get him signed in with a you know, what's it called, like a My Disney Experience, like, account. Thank you, Marissa. Thanks for nothing. No, I'm just joking.
I'm like, what is she talking about?
I don't know what she's talking about either. But I got
You
them.
are savvy.
I know, right? You're real tech savvy over here. But I got them a reservation at Whispering Canyon at Wilderness Lodge,
Nice.
so then they could go and relax and have breakfast at like 9:45. I hurried them out the door because I was like, you got an hour and a half. You need to get over there. But then they could take the boat over to the Fort Wilderness and Contemporary and take the monorail around, which they love to do. But you really can't do that any longer unless you have a reservation. And we are from the generation where you can just go into a resort and say, we're just here to wander around. And the security guard would say,
Come
have
on
a great
in.
time.
Yeah.
Go get the coffee. Go over here and make sure you see this. You can't do that. And then you can't get a reservation without the My Disney experience.
Yep.
So anyway, going back to Ellie, it would have been wonderful if I was not available to say, you know what, they're going to stay a couple nights on Disney property for, 3 or 4 nights. I've hooked you up with Ellie. I'm going to pay the fee, or they can pay the fee, or doesn't matter. But she's basically your best friend and your lifeline.
Yeah.
And they would have loved that.
Yeah.
I would have loved that, So it's such a great program. It's been really something that the company, World of DVC, we've really looked at how can we take kind of that customization and really bring it to our guests and our members.
A lot of people have asked, well, where do I find the Dream Planner? How do I reach her? So Ellie is part of our DVC rental store team. So
Right.
she's out there in Indiana. So if you go to dvcrentalstore.com, on that search bar right at the top, just type in Dream Planner and you'll go right to Ellie's page. You'll see all the different plans and memberships that she offers. Now, this could be something where maybe you're going to DVC Rental Store to book your stay and you're going to go ahead and book that and work with Ellie at the same time to really help get all those plans buttoned out. Or it might be something where you go, hey, I'm already a guest with some booking that I already have, or I'm a DVC member and I've already got my points used, which we have a lot of DVC members who say, hey, I've been a member for years, right? I've got my annual pass, I have my membership, I know how to get there. I don't want to plan the rest.
Right.
And so Ellie is really perfect for that because she kind of fills that gap of like, make life easy. You're a member. You should keep it easy. And even if you're a member and saying, hey, I want to strategically look up like how to book my reservation while I'm doing the Dream Planner, she can help with all of that. So dvcrentalstore.com, just type in Dream Planner in that search bar and you'll come and see all the different options she offers. And then for more details in terms of kind of those specific questions or getting to know a little bit more about what Ellie does, we're going to offer a Facebook Live.
Yeah. So super exciting.
Yeah.
So Facebook Live Tuesday.
You are savvy.
I'm telling you what, right? Every now and then.
She's not. She'll be doing it, but won't
exactly.
be like
Yeah,
getting
I'm
it
not
all
going to be
set.
behind the scenes trying to put this thing out. But March 15th at 7 p.m., Ellie will be doing a Facebook Live along with our wonderful friend and partner, Paul Krieger. And she will
that'll
be
be
able
awesome.
to, she'll be able to answer kind of those finer questions that Marissa said, because when we shot this in December, it was so new.
Right.
And so we didn't know what we didn't know. And
Yep.
she didn't have any guests at the time that she had worked with. But now she's got a bunch of guests under her belt. She's up at 6 o'clock in the morning making reservations. She's planning these vacations. And so now this is going to be a great time to jump online, 7 o'clock Eastern time, March 15th on Facebook Live.
And that will be on DVC Rental Stores Facebook?
Be on DVC Rental
Perfect.
Stores, yes. And then Ellie also has her own Facebook page, which is Dream Vacation Planner on Facebook as well. So you can go in there and like that, and she gives a lot of updates.
Nice.
And as things are now opening with Disney, are opening back up again, she will then put her own updates to say, now Dream Planner can add this on for you or that on for you. So that's another great way to kind of keep one other little magic of Disney in your back pocket.
Now, with the Facebook Live, if people can't make it for that, we'll
Yeah.
keep it highlighted and
We
saved
will.
on the page?
Yep, it'll save on
Okay.
be saved
and
on
DVC
the page.
Rental Store page.
DVC Rental Store page.
Perfect.
And if you have questions ahead of time, feel free to email us.
Okay.
At World of DVC. No,
Info.
Sorry, info at worldofdvc.com, and we'll filter through and grab some of those questions. And what
Even thinking, knowing that we're going to cut to the segment that we taped a couple months ago, I
know.
think, and knowing
Yeah.
that Vacation
Yeah.
Planner's capable of doing,
Right.
and my head is like, what? That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yes.
It'll be hard
It's like
not
a two-bedroom, right?
to. Exactly. Once you do it, you're.
To get to understand this program and all that it has to offer. And of course, we are very excited that one of you is up a comment on Apple Podcasts. Give us a 5-star review and some sort of...
Ellie, if you have any questions
Yes.
as well for the Facebook Live. If you can't join, we might ask you a question.
For me, just being able to offer it up to anybody that's going to Disney in the next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Because as awesome as the bungalow giveaway was,
Yeah.
It was pretty
obviously,
specific, yeah.
It was real specific.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
got one night, February
You
20th.
know, one night, you
Not
gotta
gonna
be here.
break it.
This is for anybody coming down here
Yeah.
in the next 12 months.
Yep. Super
So
exciting.
certainly you got to have something to celebrate in the next 12 months. So
Well,
that's exciting.
Without further ado,
Let's
should we bring on Ellie?
Let's bring her on.
So we are so excited to welcome our special guest, the World of DVC's very own Dream Planner, Ellie Boyer. Welcome. So excited to have you here.
Thank you so
dream
much.
planner.
A dream planner. Is that not a dream
This
job
is exciting.
title?
This is exciting.
Dream planner. Yes. We're so excited. And Ellie is all the way from Indianapolis, Indiana. She flew here just to be on the World of DVC show. So we feel extra special and extra excited to have you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I love the show. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank
Do you really love the show?
I do.
Do you really?
I really
Okay.
do.
She watches it.
Because so many
She tells
guests
me.
tell us that they love the show. Because we've had, what, thousands of guests that tell us that they love the show?
They have a long-standing tradition, actually, of watching the show, which has now become Ellie's long-standing tradition.
Yeah.
But she'll
Yeah, I'm
usually
saying she
email me
loves
and
it.
say, "Oh, I watched the show, I loved it," or she'll comment on it. So
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's a great.
We're so glad you're
she's a great
here
team
in
member.
person.
Yes.
And we're all, co-workers within the World of DVC as well. So we all, but we've known each other, Ellie, for this past year. But this is Ellie and Derek's first time meeting in person because of the world of Zoom and COVID and things like that. And so this is the first time you guys are meeting. Is he taller than you thought he would be?
He's much taller than I thought. Much taller in person.
Much taller in person,
Good.
right? Exactly.
That's all she's allowed to say. That's it.
That's it.
Just taller.
More
That's it.
handsome in person.
No, stop
Yeah,
it.
right.
Stop.
So Ellie, we're so excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, yes, my name is Ellie. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, born and raised. I'm a Disney lover and a former Disney cast member, too.
Ellie did the college program.
I did.
You did the
All
Disney
right.
college program.
All right.
Yeah.
Questions. We're going to have questions about the college program.
I know.
get people that
Yeah.
ask about the college program all the time. I have members that say, my son or my daughter wants to do the college program, and how does it work? So Ellie, tell us, how did you wind up? So being from Indiana, which I'm from Indiana too, so kudos to you. How do you wind up from being in Indiana, being a Hoosier, to all of a sudden wind up being a Disney cast member and getting into the college program? Like, how does that even happen? Because again, people always want to know, how do you get started with
How'd you go from
Disney.
Hoosier to Mouseketeer?
Yeah,
Take us on
definitely.
that journey.
Yeah, well, I grew up with Disney. I absolutely loved all the movies and the music, and my family grew up going to the parks, and we've even been on a few Disney cruises to the Mediterranean and the Caribbean, and I knew I absolutely loved Disney, and it was always a dream of mine to work for Disney. And so I heard about this awesome college program when I was at Purdue University studying hospitality.
Did they come to your school? Because I remember they used to sometimes go to colleges.
That was my job.
Yes.
Was it really?
I was a
Yes.
Disney recruiter. Yes, I never went to Purdue.
Okay.
But Ellie and I do think we met on an arrival when she
For
came
real?
in. Yeah, we'll go to that story in just a
Possibly.
second.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they did they go to your school in Purdue?
They did.
So they
yes.
come and they set up like banners and stuff,
A nice
right?
booth,
Like,
yes,
right. Like
yes.
a nice booth, and it's like a recruiting thing.
Yes,
right.
That's why they're called
absolutely.
recruiters.
Write that down.
Make a note of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn something new today.
Definitely. So yeah, I took a chance and applied, and one thing led to another, and now I'm.
What did you do on the Disney College program? Did you get to select where you wanted to work, or put down like a preference, or did you get your dream job?
Yes,
working
I
at
did.
Disney?
I did. You got to select a few of your top preferences,
Yep.
and my top preference was attractions, and that's what I got. And in my favorite place, I was in
All right,
Fantasyland.
so I don't want. All right, so I just have to back it up. So just for folks,
She was just about to tell us where she was working.
I know, but I want to get through the whole process. Is so
Okay.
intriguing to me. Like,
Yes.
So when you go, you basically say, "I want to join the college program," and then what happens then? They're like,
It's a
"Great, we'll
different-
fly you down. We'll pay for your room." You're like,
That would be
like,
nice.
How does that work?
Yeah, it's a different program that you apply for. I went through multiple interviews.
Okay.
A couple phone interviews for that, and then I was accepted. And yeah, I got to move down to Orlando. Disney had housing at the
Okay, so they have
apartments.
housing, because that's a big
Yes.
question we're asked all the time.
Yes.
Like, where do you live? Like,
Yeah.
how do you? So
We're
they
about
pay
5
for your
minutes
housing.
away from Disney Springs, actually. Yeah.
So they pay for your housing.
Well, we had to pay for it. We had rent that came out of our paycheck.
But you're
Okay.
working too. So
Right.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're working and then paying for your housing at the same time.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then before you start, you get a list of things that you could do or pick from. Like, I want to work in a restaurant, or I want to work in a. Is that how it works?
Yeah, you had restaurants, attractions, entertainment, custodial, resorts as well. Yeah. So you
Okay.
had multiple options.
And so you picked attractions.
I did.
Okay.
I
And
did.
and tell us which attraction you worked at, because you said it was one of your favorites.
Yes, it was. It was the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in Fantasyland. Yes.
That's perfect.
I
You get
got
to
to
pick
work-
the attraction you want to work
well,
in?
No.
but you get to pick like the discipline. Like, I want to work in this area attraction, and then the recruiters will say, where they have a need.
So in that
I'm
interview,
asking so many questions. Like, I'm going to sign up for the college
yeah,
program.
you are.
I will.
Yeah.
I will high level this later.
But yes, in the interview, they did ask me about myself and
Yeah.
what I loved about Disney,
Right.
and my heart is in Fantasyland. And
Oh,
and the
that's so
Seven Dwarfs
awesome.
Mine Train was brand new at the
Right.
time.
Right.
So it was just so exciting. I had actually never been on it at that point, but that was so exciting that day that. The first day on the job, actually, after traditions and after that exciting day of getting my name tag, they told me, "You're
That's
working
the
in
best
Fantasyland."
feeling in the world.
I know, it
It's
was.
Is it not like
Yeah.
getting your
It
name
was the
tag?
best
Like
feeling.
when you go backstage and they print it out and you wait and then they
It was
hand
the
it to
best
you
day.
and you
Yeah.
have it and you're like staring at it and you're
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
my God, this
It's
is like
it is a special day. The whole
wonderful day.
kind of coming into Disney for the first time too as a new cast member, and all of the training. I think a lot of people think that it's just college program and boom, you're at your attraction or
Right.
your food and beverage location. But there's so much training that goes into it, and that name tag.
That's what I'm
is
asking
so
about, right?
special.
Is I
It's-
love
yeah.
all that stuff that goes behind because
Yeah.
people just
Yes.
think that people just go, I want to
Oh,
work
I
at
think I'll do
Disney.
that. Yeah.
Boom. No,
There's
there's
a whole
so
thing,
much
right?
that, like,
And especially
Yeah.
with attractions. I mean, I can't even. I never worked at attractions, but there's so much to know about safety operations and
Yes.
loading the cars and getting people out safely. And I can only imagine like all the kids that could ride that roller coaster for their first time.
Yes.
Going through the mine trains, and that is just fantastic. So, how long was your college program? Was it a semester? Or
It was a
year?
semester. I was
Oh,
there in the
good.
spring of 2016. So yeah, from January to about May.
So not too long ago.
It was not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels long ago, but it really wasn't. 5 years ago.
It's because I'm 49.
Is that what it is?
Everything feels older right
It
now.
feels like it was forever ago.
Forever ago.
What did you do,
It was
Ellie?
forever ago.
What did you do after your Disney college program?
So after my Disney college program, I went back to Purdue and I finished my degree in hospitality. I graduated. And then I went actually into event management in Indianapolis. I worked at the JW Marriott in Indianapolis and the Marriott downtown.
Love that hotel.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Great,
awesome.
great, great.
Yes.
place.
So I
That
would
is
work.
great.
I would work with clients, and we would plan and execute events, galas, dinners, conferences, and meetings. Wow. It was a lot of fun.
Isn't the JW Marriott like the big? Because I'm
Yes.
from Indiana. Like that's the big one,
The
right?
big
like
glass
huge-
building
Okay,
downtown.
gotcha.
It's attached to Lucas Stadium. So
There's skywalks that connect the whole city.
right,
Very walkable city.
but
Yes.
it's right next door to Lucas
Yes.
Stadium, where the Colts play.
That's right.
I see. I know other things other
And
than
where
the Patriots
Kenny
and the
Chesney
Buccaneers.
performs.
And where?
Kenny Chesney.
Yes, concerts will go there too. But I
Yes.
think it's really
Everything goes back to where Kenny. Oh,
Chesney.
you worked in that hotel right next to where Kenny Chesney plays. I know.
Did you ever meet Kenny Chesney?
I did not. I did not.
Well. It was nice meeting you, Ellie.
It would scoot her out. So,
That's fantastic.
So how did you wind up then? So knowing that you had that Disney in your blood, right? Because you were working on the Seven
Right.
Dwarfs Mine Train and all of that, and you're in Indianapolis and you're making guests happy and magical, but certainly there has to be some part of you where you're like, I miss Disney. Like, how did it come where
Absolutely.
you wound up in our fabulous world of DVC?
Well,
how does that happen?
Everything happens for a reason, and it
Right.
was just amazing. So I did the event management role for 3 years, and then obviously the pandemic hit, and events went away in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And I always thought, what if I could do something Disney related, but in Indianapolis where my
Right.
family is and my friends, and this opportunity presented itself. I was looking for a new role in late 2020, and I found the DVC rental store.
How did you find it? Like, how did you find this job?
We just happened to find it on a job website.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
We just found it, and I think this is Disney or something Disney related.
DVC,
it says
right?
DVC.
It's something to do
that
with
must
Disney.
be. What else could DVC stand for?
Right.
And so I took a chance. I applied, and I.
What was
came
the
and
position
interviewed.
that you had applied for too?
Yeah.
I'd applied for the
DVC.
reservation specialist role.
Reservation specialist.
Yes, and that's the role that I actually started with this company. So
Wow.
I've been a reservation specialist for about a year.
I'm sure many of our audience members, because DVC Rental Store is very popular,
Yes.
because it's the best place to try before you buy. It is the best place if you don't want to become a member, but you really want to save so much money, right? And not pay the high Disney prices. I'm sure so many of our guests and audience members, they might have even chatted with you, maybe without even knowing it.
Absolutely.
Well, this
They're
is
like,
Ellie from
"That's
Indianapolis
Ellie!"
now.
Me, yes.
Yes.
She helped me with my poly reservation last
yes,
year. Yeah.
yes,
How cool
Yes,
is that?
it's been so cool, and it's been a different perspective of
Yeah.
Disney. I've been able to focus on the DVC
Absolutely.
resorts and give these families incredible opportunities to stay at these resorts
Yeah.
for much cheaper prices. It's amazing what we do.
Yeah, that's probably the coolest thing is just that with the rental store being a part of the world of DVC is that guests get to be able to contact you and be able to say, you know what, I'm thinking about Disney Vacation Club, but man, it's like 20, 30,000,
Right,
40,000
yeah,
bucks.
right.
Like, I don't know if I'm ready yet. I kind of understand it. I don't really know. I'm doing my research.
Yeah.
So they could reach out to someone like you and be able to be like, hey, can I just try it? And again,
Absolutely.
the bad part is once you try it, you're going to want to buy it.
Yeah.
Because once you try
Exactly.
it, once you stay in a one bedroom,
Oh,
you
it's
ain't
true.
ever going back to a regular hotel
is
room.
true.
But Ellie, it probably is amazing because people probably tell you even after they've rented points, like, "Oh my god, my trip was so amazing."
Yes.
It's like there's no cooler job in the world where
Yes.
people after they buy something or rent something, they thank you for
thank
it.
you.
Yes,
for it.
yes, and I love when they send us pictures
Oh.
from their trip,
Oh,
the family
right.
photos.
That's the
We
best.
love seeing those. Yeah, it's just
well, and Ellie and I worked together with DVC Rental Store, and we have this channel that we share, kind of like an instant messenger channel.
Yes, yes.
And it's called Sharing Joy, and that's exactly what it is. Is it's sharing joy from the guests with their pictures from their family and saying thank you, Ellie, thank
Yes.
you, Lindsay, thank you, Carla, to those, reservation specialists who've made such a difference by taking such good care of the family. And so that gives the team such a boost because we don't have the ability to check somebody in and, wish them a magical day. And so it's just such a great way to keep that magic alive, even up in Indianapolis.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You don't personally check people in?
Not anymore. No.
I thought that was part of your job as
No,
Walt
not
Disney
since-
World ambassador.
Not since the incident, no longer.
Carry their luggage, check them into the
Oh, they don't want me carrying their luggage.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
what a
it's-
great job that you have. And to be able to do it
Yeah.
from the heart of the Midwest, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like
I
to be
know.
able to make so much
Exactly.
magic and to be able to have you be able to come down here
Yeah.
and actually see it again and like, oh yeah. And
And take your Disney training and bring it up to Indianapolis as well. Because I have to
Absolutely.
say, the DVC rental store, you think about who works at the DVC rental store up in Indianapolis if you're not here in Orlando or
Right.
Windermere, right? The DVC rental store team is so full of pixie dust and magic and so much Disney training. Like when I came to the DVC rental store, that was one thing I kind of worried about. I thought, I don't know if we'll have the same culture and this and that. This team is more pixie dusted than any other team I've ever worked with. It is
Amazing.
It is just amazing. The care, the concern, the details.
that's because they're Hoosiers.
They are Hoosiers. They're awesome
that.
Midwesterners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and the cast members and DVC
Yeah.
members.
Yeah.
We just have a great combination of
Yeah.
Disney knowledge and a
It's
love
true.
for
Yeah.
Disney.
A true passion.
It's so fun.
It really is.
Yes.
And I think there's so many different experiences.
Yes.
Too, whether it's from a Disney cast member or
Right.
somebody who plans Disney trips for their families over and over again. That's a great combination of like bringing the best of both worlds together.
Yes.
So that's fantastic. So reservation specialist, and now there's a new position. Yes, at the World of DVC, and that is the Dream Vacation Planner.
Yes.
So we
Dang,
have, yes,
that's a fancy title.
that is a very
is
fancy
a
title.
Dream Vacation Planner.
Instead of DVC, DVP.
That's right.
DVP.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I know.
yes.
Me and my acronyms. So tell us, how did the Dream Vacation Planner come to be?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as we were just talking about, the reservation specialists are so great at getting you your resort reservation. And we've had so many guests ask, do you offer any other services? Are there any further services to help us get through the parks, help us with dining?
confusing.
I could totally see that. Like,
Confusing, right?
Great.
Yeah.
So I booked my room at the Polynesian. We're so excited. Now what do we do?
Now what? Right.
And navigating Disney, if you haven't been,
Ay, ay,
or if
ay.
you haven't been even in the last year before the pandemic,
Yes.
it's a lot. And there's a lot of new offerings coming. And so we knew there was a need
Yeah.
for someone
Yeah.
to help guide these guests. And people wanted these services. And so
Fantastic.
it
So
came
do
to
you
be.
do things like, when I think of somebody planning something,
Yeah.
do you do itinerary planning? Is it MDX, My Disney Experience things? Is it Genie Plus?
So
do
say
it all.
Carrie and I are going on
Yeah.
vacation together.
and we know nothing.
Say that Marissa and I, or Marissa bought us a Walt Disney World vacation. We're going to rent points with you. So all of a sudden
that's
we
nice
talk
of
about
Marissa.
Nice
Very
of
nice
Marissa.
of Marissa.
So we're going to Disney World.
Yes.
So Ellie, we don't know what to do. Like, what do we do now? So we have our incredible accommodations booked.
Yes.
Do you help us with like dining? Do you help us with like rides? Do you help us with like all that stuff?
Absolutely. We absolutely can. These services.
All right, I owe you $5. So do we talk to you on the phone, or is it all via
Absolutely.
email?
So
Or
you will have a dedicated planner that will work with you, and we can help with everything from park reservations to dining reservations to magical
That's
extras, navigating new features like Genie Plus, and everything in between. We absolutely can help. And yeah, so you'll have your dedicated planner, so you'll get to know them. You'll have that one-on-one time. We can absolutely communicate via call, Zoom, whatever you prefer. But we're here to help you
That's
navigate
great.
all of that.
that is fantastic.
Yeah, it's so
Can you
exciting.
think of like a family, like give us a story or anything of like a family that, kind of came to you with like, crumpled up pieces of paper and going, here, figure this out for us?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, I did.
Are you trying to talk about yourself and you're just calling it another family?
You and I.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
a family.
Family known as Derek and Carrie.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've definitely had families come to me with their My Disney experiences just all messed up and they're not sure what to do. Things aren't linked and how does it work and how do we begin planning anything? And so I was able to work with them and talk to my Disney Experience tech support on their behalf and get that sorted out for them. We're here to take care of those things for you. That saves you a lot of time too.
Really great.
Sometimes waiting on hold with Disney can take a
It
lot
can
of
be
time.
time-consuming.
So it's a time saver
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
And I think about those people too who are not so tech savvy. I'm like, 1 out of 10.
I'm laughing because I'm just thinking about myself.
Right, me too.
I'm like, Ellie, help me.
Here. Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
fix-
go on the Frozen ride. Can you make it happen?
But I think like 1 out of 10, I'm about a 5. That's not really great odds for being tech savvy. But then I think about like my parents who, no offense, they'll probably watch the show or at about a 1 or a 2. And so, but to have somebody like you be able to say, I can take care of this. My Disney Experience is all tangled up. Let me untangle
Yeah.
it. That's a huge service. And then my Genie Plus, I don't really even know what my Genie Plus means is.
Yeah, and we're here to help you
I'm
navigate through
rethinking our
that.
vacation together.
We'll just wing it.
I don't know if I want to go.
Right.
Exactly.
We're just going to sit in our room.
Wow.
That's so amazing. Like
It is.
That's awesome.
This is truly a dream job.
Because
for me.
probably the
Is it?
number one
Yeah.
thing that we always hear is that when people, especially if you're taking like your first or second Disney trip, or maybe you haven't been in a while, is like, I'm overwhelmed.
Very
like
overwhelming.
there's so much stuff to do and I don't even know where to start. So that's what's so great about the rental store and being able to talk with someone like Ellie is to be able to say, okay, you guys are going to help me with an incredible accommodation. Now what? Right?
Now what?
And now what? And Ellie's here to help you with the now what, right? So you'll be able to talk with a planner and be able to kind of figure out your whole entire stay based on how many nights it is, based on what parks you want to go to. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yes, thank you.
As a dream planner, event planner, I have to think that you have to be very strategic in kind of how you plan somebody's day. So do you do that also? So if you say, okay, here's my Disney Experience, I
That's a good
recommend,
point.
Genie Plus for this attraction and this one, and go to this park. So will you kind of walk us like a guest through sort of this strategic planning of their day?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so
I
you
like to
plan that
tailor
too.
the experience to what the family has told me. Obviously we have a lot of calls together.
Yeah, I
I
would
get to know
imagine.
the families
Right.
personally, and so it's great to talk to them and what attractions are you interested in seeing? What characters are your kids wanting to see
Right.
and then navigating their day that way. And
Yeah.
Right.
here's what I would recommend. Here's where I would recommend getting a lightning lane. I'm able to provide assistance with all of those things, and I know securing dining reservations can be difficult too. So even I'll do that for you, securing your dining
wow,
reservation.
really?
Dining
Yeah.
Oh, that's
reservations. That's a
awesome.
huge.
That's a huge
That's
deal.
a huge.
It can be stressful.
time-consuming task because you've got that 60-day window.
Yeah.
I think for guests.
Absolutely.
And then you either have to look online or call or. And there's I remember when Disney was like there was like 2 or 3 really popular restaurants, and that was like California Grill,
Oh, yeah.
Victoria and Albert's,
Yep.
and maybe Yachtsman Steakhouse. And now I feel like everywhere
Everything
you go,
is.
everywhere it's all kind of a hot commodity.
Yeah,
I have
absolutely.
to book Cosmic Rays in advance.
Cosmic Rays.
Yeah.
No, but your dining window to pick up your food is 12 hours from when you book your
Right.
mobile food
Right.
order.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
no, it's great. I can help with dining, absolutely. Or if they
That's a
do
great
have their
point, yeah.
mindset on a certain reservation and we're unable to get it, I can navigate through that too. Here are some
Right.
other options, and it's great, for someone who hasn't been to Disney
So-
to say maybe try this instead if this isn't available.
Yeah. So for guests that are either DVC rental going through the rental process, they're DVC members, they went through resale, or they're buying or selling, they're with the Monero Financial Group, financing anything, everybody can use the service.
Yes.
Right? And
Yeah.
so can people then, our guests can purchase a room if they need to, not a member, because a member's going to go through DVC, but a rental guest can obviously rent
Yes.
out a room. But can they also do tickets with you as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I can help with
Oh, so they can
purchasing
buy park
discounted park
tickets.
tickets. Yeah.
A discounted park tickets.
Discounted park tickets.
So you save money.
You do save money.
I kind of look at it like this too, as you're like really getting my wheels spinning. When I think about the cost savings,
You're thinking about
it's-
going away with someone other than me.
Well, maybe. No. But when I think about what everything that you can do at Disney when you buy, rent a room or
Right.
pay for a room out of pocket. And then now you add on Genie Plus, that's an expense. Coming here and having you're saving so much money, and then you're getting this planner as well. And there's a cost associated to it, but it's well worth it.
Oh, it's
if
peace
you're
of mind. Are you kidding me?
and it's time. Wow.
Time
Definitely.
and the peace of mind.
Yes.
You're spending
That's
so
really
much
great.
money, whether you're renting a room or just going on vacation. I mean, time
Yeah.
is money. So to have someone like Ellie be able to literally plan your trip and know that everything is already taken care of,
Exactly.
how amazing is that?
That is really, really great. And as the former recruiter in me, you're kind of using your degree. When does that
am.
ever happen? That doesn't happen too often. That's really great that you have this hospitality event management degree, and you just never know how you'll be able to use that.
Yeah.
But now you're using it, Disney adjacent, not
Yes.
for Disney, but Disney adjacent, as I say, and doing something that is truly like planning and mapping out and helping people just really have the best time of their life, which
Absolutely.
is the whole point of an event, to have a great time.
Yeah.
How
I know.
cool
The
is
best job in the world.
I know.
Get to help people
I know.
plan Disney vacations. I can't believe
Right.
it's
Without
real.
having to relocate, like you said, and move back
Yes.
as well.
It's just an excuse to visit more.
It's an excuse to visit more as well.
To go on more.
The college program experience. You mentioned some of the roles, attractions, food and beverage, entertainment. Did you ever audition for like an entertainer, or anything like that?
I did audition. I have kind of a weird story. So I did. I wanted to audition. I wanted to try for entertainment. Why not?
Sure.
The nearest audition to me, I was in Indiana, and the nearest audition was in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And so we made it a weekend trip. My parents were so sweet and
did they
booked a
go with you?
hotel room. We made a whole weekend out of it, and we had a blast. And they dropped me off bright and early in the morning to this audition. And I went in, and they, got all my information. I did one little dance for them, and then they looked at me and said, "Thank you, but you are the wrong height for what we're looking for."
It's an interesting
Yes.
process.
It is.
How tall was too tall? Like, can I go up to Ann Arbor? Roll is, but maybe.
I don't either. I don't know.
Really?
But
Yeah, they keep
they-
saying
you
that. Like, I just want to sing "Let It Go" when I see Ellie. I won't call you Elsa.
Ellie. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, you have a very Disney princess-esque about
Oh,
you,
thank
and so
you.
that's why I think the dream planner role is just perfect for
Yes.
you. Yeah.
How long after was that? Then you got the college program.
The entertainment
Yeah,
audition?
yeah.
So I actually was already accepted into the college program.
oh, you were?
When
Okay.
I went for the audition.
Okay.
They wanted you to be accepted into the program
Yeah.
before you went to audition for
okay.
entertainment.
So you wanted to audition for entertainment, and then that didn't work out.
So one of the options, I know we talked about dining and,
Right.
and resorts.
Yeah. Right.
Another option was character attendant, which was another preference I had.
Sure.
I would like to, hang out with the characters, of course.
Right.
So that was another option. But yeah, for entertainment, you do have to audition.
Gotcha.
So
Interesting.
I tried.
Well, good. Listen,
My
good for
height.
you. Yeah, good for you. That there's nothing you can do about that.
Nothing I can do about that.
But
Yeah.
you still stayed with, like we said, something to do with Disney, which is so
Yes.
fabulous.
Oh,
love
yeah.
it.
Wow. What's your favorite thing about being a dream vacation planner?
Oh, it's just making these amazing memories for families. I just think of all of the wonderful memories I have with
Yeah.
my family and friends, and
Right.
just so many special moments in the parks, and
Right.
to be able to give that to families and to just make the process fun.
Right.
It's just, that's a dream for me. So it's been amazing.
Well, I think that's what's so cool about Ellie is you can tell how passionate she is about it.
Absolutely.
And just being able to, whether it's a family's, first time down there, or whether it's their fifth time down there or 10th time down, you still get that same attention and you still give them that same passion. And
Yeah.
that's what makes it so great. That's
Yeah.
why we have the best jobs in the world.
We really
do.
do.
We make people happy.
Make people happy, right?
on.
There's really nothing better. And I had seen a quote one time that said, never attach yourself to a person, a building, a place, a company, but attach yourself to a feeling. And I remember that because working for Disney for so long, we create happiness. And I thought that's what I want to be doing, is bringing happiness to other people. And we definitely get to do that here.
Yeah. And you get to do it from Indiana.
Even in Indianapolis,
How cool is
Indiana,
that?
you could do it.
Yeah.
Cool
Even
is
better,
that?
where you get the 4 seasons and a bunch of cornfields.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it up there.
What the-
That's no joke. Did I not say when I visited?
Number one thing people always think, like Indiana.
It's
like,
true.
oh my God, where do you live? Like, I literally lived in Munster, Indiana, which was
Is that a
30
cornfield?
miles. 30 miles outside. And no, it's not near Gary. Everyone always thinks, are you near Gary? Like where Michael Jackson
Michael
lived?
Jackson,
Yeah,
yes.
hear
I
that.
know Michael
Yes.
Jackson's from
Like
Gary,
literally,
Indiana.
it's 30 miles outside Chicago, and everyone would always say, like, wow, what's it like? Wow, like, are you still amazed when like you see
know.
like big buildings and stuff? Like,
Oh my gosh.
it's Indiana. Like,
Yes.
come on.
But
a
Derek,
growing
I can be
city.
excited to see a cornfield just as much as somebody from Indiana might be excited to see the castle, because that's in my backyard. I don't have a cornfield in my backyard.
Then we're redoing our trip. We're not going to Disney. I'm going to take you to a
Indiana.
cornfield.
Yeah, to a cornfield. All right.
Ellie, plan that.
All right.
Plan a cornfield
Right.
trip.
Does your family just love what you do?
Oh, loves it.
They must.
It's amazing.
Ellie, plan a trip. Ellie, plan
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Yes. I mean, my whole family, we're all Disney fans,
Oh,
and
that's so
we
great.
just all love it.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a younger brother.
Younger brother.
Yes. He's at Purdue, too. He's a senior.
Nice.
Yes.
Boilermakers.
I know. Yes. Yes. Some Boilermakers in the family.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, we're so excited that you flew all the way down from somewhere in Indiana, up in a cornfield, apparently, to be
Took a tractor through the cornfield.
Right, took a tractor.
Stuck her thumb out. Yeah.
Yep,
Picked
brought
her
the
up,
plow down.
Brought her to
No.
the big city.
I love Indiana. I do. I travel up there quite a lot, and I had never really been. I'd been to the Midwest, but never like the more residential side of the Midwest, and I just love it. The food is delicious, and the people they're fantastic. Midwesterners. You have seen the show,
Yes.
so you know that we have a long-standing
Long-standing
tradition
tradition
of playing this or that.
Gotta be this or that.
Oh.
Love that.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Remember them? I love them.
That
so
only
much.
took 34 takes for us to do that.
one take. Well, maybe
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
34.
Okay.
Okay, so have at it, Derek.
All right, Ellie, ready?
Okay.
This is this or that.
Okay.
Now remember the rules. These are Hoosier rules. You you cannot expound on your answer.
Okay.
You just have to simply answer, and that's it. No
Okay.
explanation. Nothing needed whatsoever. Ready?
All right.
Here we go. We're gonna start. Ready? Disney at Halloween or Christmas?
Christmas.
She wanted to say more.
I
I
know
know
she's
she
like
did.
waiting.
I know she did.
Gave me
She's
a very
waiting
hard
for,
one to start. I was very
She's
tricky.
waiting for like, was my answer correct?
Yeah. That's the right answer.
Yeah. All right. Disney's Grand Floridian or Disney's Polynesian?
Grand Floridian.
Arrive to the Magic Kingdom for early entrance, or are you going to stay late?
Staying late.
All right. Monorail or Skyliner?
Monorail.
Good choice. Mickey headband or Mickey t-shirt? Now, I don't know what a Mickey headband is. What's a Mickey
Like
headband?
the ears.
Oh,
like
Oh,
the
ears.
Yes.
Okay,
Like
so
the
ears
ears.
or a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'll go with T-shirt.
Good call. Ice cream on Main Street or ice cream at Beaches and Cream at the Beach Club?
I'll say ice cream on Main Street.
Okay. Cavalcades or parades?
Parades.
Carrie, number 8 is for you.
Okay. This is supposed to be rapid fire.
And we've got, no, what I'm saying, we've gone over this one. The name of the fireworks show.
Oh, Happily Ever After or Enchantment?
Happily Ever After.
Yes. 4 days in one park or spend the whole day at only one park? I'm sorry, 4 parks in one day. Sorry. A little dyslexia going on here. 4 parks in one day or spend the day at one park. That's much better.
One park.
One park
For the day.
Yeah. 2 full weeks at Walt Disney World or 4 long weekends throughout the year from Indianapolis.
Ooh. I'd go with 4 long weekends.
4 long weekends.
These are hard.
Dinner at Disney Springs or dinner at Epcot.
Dinner at Epcot.
7-night Disney Caribbean cruise or a 7-night Alaskan cruise on Disney.
Caribbean
There you
cruise.
go. Sorry. I'm supposed to be an innocent bystander.
You're supposed to. These are your rules. Plan each day of a Disney trip or wing it.
Plan each day.
And
I was
yes,
just gonna say.
of course you want to plan it.
Yes.
But how would I possibly plan
exactly
a trip?
Wow.
How would we possibly plan a trip to Disney without a dream vacation planner? Where can we find you, Ellie?
Yes.
We want to know all about.
How? I have questions. I have questions.
The
how do we do it?
process, the packages, the costs associated, kind of the whole kit and caboodle of how we're going to use your services.
Absolutely.
How do we find you?
Yes. You can find out more information at dvcrentalstore.com, or you can email me at Ellie, ELLIE, at dvcrentalstore.com.
Perfect. Yes. Wonderful.
Yeah, and not in a cornfield.
And not in a cornfield.
Right.
No, exactly.
No, she's in an office.
Yes.
Making magic. So,
Right.
yeah,
Making
that's
a lot of magic. Did Ellie hear that? Did you hear that?
I heard
hear
it.
that?
You know what that is?
It's time.
Story time with Sue.
Take it away, Sue. I know. We know
We're not Sue.
We understand that. But Marissa, there's a good reason
Right.
that Sue is not able to bring you a story time with Sue this
So we figured we'd jump on now. Neither of us can tell stories. So we're not going to even try.
No way. Not as good as Sue.
There was no replacing Sue. So we know many of you are missing Sue this month, but for good reason. Sue is on a bit of a vacation. In fact, Derek, she is traveling around to try to stay at every Disney concierge room, to try out every Disney concierge lounge. So I think we're going to need some pictures, some really good stories after
I was
this.
just going to say, I think I just realized I want to be Sue when I grow up.
I know, right?
That's what I want to do. So we promise you, Sue will be back next month with an all-new Story Time with Sue. And she's standing on a box, by the way.
I'm not this tall.
Oh my goodness, you
Fantastic.
guys, this show was so awesome.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you know what? I was kind of sitting in the wings listening, and I will tell you, just with all the stuff going on with Disney and Genie Plus and Lightning Lane, I mean, I've worked for Disney for years, right? And I would call myself like semi-Disney expert, but
Right.
sometimes I just want to go to the park and have it all planned. And so hearing you talk about that, I'm
So
like,
true.
maybe Ellie can plan my next.
Yes, I'd love to.
We have a long list for Ellie that we're sending people's names over to.
That's so awesome. Ellie, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
We're
Thank
so
you
glad
so
to have
much.
you here. This was so great.
This was
And
awesome.
It was perfect. And I think there's only one last thing to do. We all know what that is, right? The long-standing tradition. Episode what? 117?
Yeah.
117 already?
Yeah.
Wow,
So, all right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
We'll see you real soon. Bye, everyone.
Hop, ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Please remove your headphones, step back into reality, have a magical day, and we'll see you real soon.
Enter the